My predictions. What's going to happen? If Casanova doesn't cooperate with the government, there's a very high likelihood he's going to die in prison. And the reason why is because they have very serious charges against him, guys. Like, very, very serious. And just so y'all know, I'll show you guys exactly what they're hitting him with. I'm going to share the screen with y'all. All right. As y'all can see, right? Here he is, Caswell Sr., right? Here's his attorney. His attorney's actually pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I listened to him arguing some things. But they're hitting him with racketeering, 3 counts, conspiracy to distribute controlled substance, violent crime, drugs, machine gun, conspiracy to distribute controlled substance, right? The 924C, which I told y'all before about, right? Possession of a firearm while committing a drug trafficking offense. Assault, attempt to conspire, Miami assault, violent crimes, etc. So he's facing a lot. And here's his case docket, by the way, guys. Right? The indictments, memo of endorsement. This is what you go on when you go on Pacer. This is how you like look at the entire case, right? Sentencing submission, etc. So if he takes this to trial, which I think he might try to do, there's a very high likelihood he's going to lose. Because, like I told you guys before, and that's why I made sure to systematically break down, this is Casanova, this is criminal history, he's a part of this gang, which is a part of the United Blood Nation, which is considered an enterprise in the eyes of the U.S. government, etc. They're going to get him on the racketeering. That's done. They're going to get him on the racketeering. Because all they have to really do is that he's committing these activities in furtherance of the gang, which I already just showed you guys all the messages that show that this is all in furtherance of the gang, and he's supporting the main guy financially. So they're going to get him on the racketeering. The 924C, which is, possession of a firearm while committing a drug trafficking offense, that's going to be a little bit harder because the feds are going to have to prove that he actually had possession of the guns. And I listened to the defense argue that, hey, these are prop guns, whatever. They might be able to get that one, squashed. But the reason why the government, a lot of the times, here's the thing, what y'all got to understand. The government's going to throw the book at you and get you to plead to at least a couple of the charges. So even if they can't prove the 924C, they don't care. They're throwing it at you because they're like, yo, we know that this charge carries a significant penalty and you're more likely to want to cooperate with us because of the potential time that you're looking at. And remember, the feds scare everybody because they don't lose. Okay, they have like a 95% conviction rate, especially the Southern District of New York. They're a very good U.S. Attorney's office. So that alone is going to have them very scared to go to trial. So they're going to get him on the racketeering. That's done. Okay. Now with the drug trafficking, they might get him on that too because again, they have the Instagram messages where he's literally telling members of the gang, "Hey, I need you to sell this weed for me." And again, weed is illegal statewide, right? As you guys can see, those pictures were all in Los Angeles, decriminalized in California. But he's using Instagram to facilitate drug trafficking, which affects what? Interstate commerce. And guess what? Marijuana is still illegal federally. Done. You know what I'm saying? So it's not looking good for the racketeering charges and then for the drug trafficking charges. Now, the felon the possession of a firearm and commission of a drug trafficking crime, they might be able to beat that because they don't have him actually holding the gun. The other thing that's troublesome, the attempted murder. So that one, I think he could beat as well. He's going to need to establish that he did not tell JC to shoot at the guy. You know what I'm saying? But here's the other thing. They have all this evidence that shows that Cass goes, he travels with his team. He's with those guys. They have messages of him saying, hey, I need protection, blah, 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 all this other stuff because he's a celeb. He ain't going to go nowhere by himself. And yeah, he's going to have security, but he's going to have his boys with him too. So they're going to establish that JC acted in the way that he did, right? JC acted in the way that he did to protect Casanova, who was a figurehead of the gang to promote the gang's, the status. Because you could see in the text, he's like, oh, I shot at some Crip nigga that was trying to tell Cass what to do. It doesn't get any more clear than that. It doesn't get any more clear than that, bro. that a criminal act was done, a violent criminal act was done. Literally, I mean, you could have just wrote 1 + 1 = 2 on that bad boy. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't get any more clear than that crime was committed in furtherance of letting everyone know, don't fuck with Gorilla Stone. We're untouchable. So it's not looking good, bro. The only thing I could see, like I said, he's gonna have to cooperate. And here's the thing too. He even mentioned it on a Breakfast Club interview, which, you know what? I'll show it to you guys real fast. I did a lot of research for this thing, so I'm thinking of things that I didn't even I was not gonna put in the in the presentation, but fuck it, I might as well. But I want to give y'all all the sauce. But he went on the Breakfast Club, right? And he said, "Yo, if you're a millionaire successful, right, you're gonna tell." Right, and I'm not gonna play it because Breakfast Club, they be I think they have some pretty strong copyright too, but I'll show you guys the video at least so y'all can watch it if you want. Right? Casanova, if you catch a RICO charge and the feds offer you 20 years, you're telling. Right? Now, that's personally what I think he has to do to be able to get out of this. He's going to have to cooperate against Dick Wolf. Fortunately for Casanova, okay, so let's talk about the charges and how he going to possibly get out of this. Casanova's in a unique position where he's high enough to know intricate details of the organization's inner workings, but he's also low enough where the feds don't necessarily care about him. This is where Tekashi found himself when he was hit with the gang charges. He was high enough where he knew everything, right? Because of his money and his status, right? Even though he wasn't a verified blood, he was running around with the top guys. I showed you guys in the Billy music video. He's there with Mel Murda and Billy Seiko, all these other guys that are shoddy. These guys are higher ups in the blood organization. So because of his status and fame with the money, he was involved and knew these guys. So he was party to incriminating information. So he was able to cooperate with the government because he was in that sweet spot where he's in the middle. He has people above him that he could tell on, and then he has people below him that he could tell on, like Kuda B, who he paid $10,000 for him to go shoot at Chief Keef, right? So that's one thing. Now with Casanova, the difference with Casanova is Casanova's actually a member of the gang. He's not just a rapper. He's actually in there. He's done work, whatever. They respect him, and he has some rank. So he's in the middle where he's underneath these other guys, right? Like Erskine or whatever, these other guys I showed you in the indictment. But he's also close enough to Dick Wolf to know the inner workings, and he's paying him money, and he has a bunch of people below him that are with him at all times, like this JC guy who got in the shooting, right? So he's smack dab in the middle. So he's in a position where he could cooperate and give information. Because obviously the Untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation is huge. They have sets all over the country. So he would be able to cooperate and help. And he'd be able to put a stronger case against Dick Wolf and help himself. Here's the thing, though. Knowing Casanova, he ain't gonna tell. He ain't gonna tell. He's gonna keep it solid. He ain't gonna tell. He's gonna do the time. I personally don't think he's gonna tell. So, and that's the only way that I foresee he's gonna get significant amount of time taken off, because he's in that position where he's in a perfect position to cooperate with the government, but I don't think he's gonna do it. I just don't think he's gonna do it. So what I foresee with these charges, they're gonna get him on the racketeering for sure. They're gonna get him on the drug trafficking for sure. Bro, he's gonna do at least the mandatory minimum is gonna be between 15 to 20. He might do more because of the counts and then his criminal history. Remember, guys, the other thing that scares me about this is that he's gonna be considered a career criminal. Okay, he's gonna fall. He's done enough time with the state where they're gonna, when they go to sentence him, his 2 burglaries and the amount of time he spent in prison, they're going to consider him a career criminal when it comes to sentencing, so they'll be able to enhance it even more. So he's going to get slapped with the RICO charges, and he's going to get slapped with his criminal history, so he's going to get a lot of points on that. Then he's going to get slapped again with the career criminal addition. That's why I'm so concerned. But he can get himself out of this because of where he is. But he's going to have to, if he were to cooperate, he would probably have to go into witness protection. 100%. You know what I'm saying? He would have to go into witness protection, but he ain't going to tell. I know he's not. He's solid. He's done prison time. He's not scared to go in jail. Guys, when he was in jail, he was beating people up and all that shit. He was running the jails. He kept A$AP Rocky from getting fucked up a few times. So he's not scared of prison. Obviously, he did all his time state. Feds is a different story, but it doesn't matter. And he's a member of the Bloods, which, the prison system, is run by the Bloods anyway. A lot of federal prisons are run by Bloods. So he's going to be good in there, and he has money. So he's going to be able to, have money in his commissary, everything else like that. But he has a daughter, man. He has a family. So, that's got to be weighing down on him a lot. But the feds, I know some people are saying like, nah, they don't really got a case against him. It's weak, blah, blah, blah. But they got a case against him because the charges that they're coming at him for are extremely broad, specifically for these types of crimes. So he's going to do a lot of time. They might not get him on the 924C, which is the felon in possession, the possession of a firearm while committing a drug trafficking offense, but they're going to get him on the racketeering 100%. And that's honestly one of the worst ones to get hit on. Because he's already established through his music, his text messages, his conversations, setting up meetings, all that other stuff, that he is an active member of the gang.